Before we dive in, please remember that the information in this presentation is for educational and informational purposes only. I am not a financial advisor, and this is not financial advice. All business ventures, especially in the food industry, carry significant risk. Please consult with professional financial, legal, and business advisors before making any investment decisions. Your results will depend on your own effort, business acumen, and market conditions. What if I told you that a single windowless kitchen, smaller than a one-car garage, tucked away in an industrial park in Queens, New York, is currently pulling in more revenue than a full-service restaurant on a busy street in Manhattan with a 2-hour wait list? No tables, no waiters, no fancy decor, no rent that costs more than a supercar. Just a handful of cooks, a wall of iPads, and a line of delivery drivers that never ever stops. This isn't a hypothetical. This is the new reality of the American food industry. It's a multi-billion-dollar shadow world that operates right under our noses, and it's called the cloud kitchen. You've probably ordered from one without even knowing it. You were scrolling through DoorDash or UberEats, you saw a mouth-watering picture of a spicy chicken sandwich from a place called the Cluck House or Inferno Wings, and you tapped order. You thought you were supporting a local mom-and-pop restaurant. But the Cluck House doesn't exist. Not in the real world, anyway. There's no storefront you can visit, no sign you can see from the street. It's a virtual brand, a digital ghost, operating out of a shared commercial kitchen facility, maybe alongside a dozen other virtual brands, a taco joint, a salad bar, a pasta place, all running out of the same building, sometimes even sharing the same ingredients. This is the revolution. And it's either the single greatest opportunity for aspiring food entrepreneurs in a generation, or it's a high-tech trap designed to bleed them dry. That is the question we are going to answer. Not with hype, not with guru nonsense, but with cold, hard data and real-world case studies. Can you, an average person with a killer recipe for Nashville hot chicken, a brilliant idea for gourmet vegan burgers, or the best damn burrito tacos this side of the border, actually get rich running a cloud kitchen in a major US city? We're talking about life-changing money, the kind of money that pays off your mortgage, sends your kids to college, and lets you finally tell your boss to take a hike. Or is this whole thing a mirage, propped up by venture capital and destined to collapse, taking your life savings with it? Over the next 10 parts, we are embarking on the most comprehensive, no-holds-barred investigation into the ghost kitchen business model ever put on this platform. We are going to build a virtual restaurant from the ground up right here on paper. We will dissect the business model, expose every hidden fee, and calculate every single cost, down to the price of a single sesame seed on a bun. We will show you the real profit and loss statements from actual cloud kitchen operators, the ones who are making 6 figures from a tiny kitchen stall, and the ones who went bankrupt in 6 months. You will learn how to choose a winning concept in a saturated market. You'll understand the brutal math of delivery app commissions and how to negotiate them. We'll explore the technology you need, the marketing strategies that actually work, and the soul-crushing operational hurdles you will inevitably face. We will talk to the millionaire owners who cracked the code, and we will talk to the heartbroken failures who lost everything. By the end of this journey, you will not have a vague idea. You will have a blueprint. You will know with absolute clarity whether this path is right for you, what it will cost you, what you can realistically expect to make, and exactly what steps you need to take to give yourself the best possible shot at success. Because let's be honest, the traditional American dream of opening a restaurant is, for most people, a financial nightmare. You spend years saving up, you find a location, and the landlord wants a 10-year lease and a security deposit that could buy a small house. You spend $200,000, $300,000, even $500,000 on a build-out, plumbing, electrical, ventilation, grease traps. You navigate a labyrinth of permits and licenses that would make a lawyer's head spin. You hire a full staff, hosts, servers, bussers, bartenders, managers. And after all that, after pouring your life's blood and every dollar you have into this dream, you're staring down the barrel of 80-hour work weeks and razor-thin profit margins of 3 to 5%, if you're lucky. A single bad month, a sudden spike in the cost of chicken wings, and you're done. The dream is dead. The cloud kitchen promises to burn that entire model to the ground. It offers a tantalizing shortcut. No dining room means no front-of-house staff. No prime real estate means radically lower rent. Startup costs aren't $500,000. They can be as low as $20,000 or $30,000. It's a model built for the digital age, leveraging the massive reach of third-party delivery apps to put your food in front of millions of hungry customers instantly. It democratizes the restaurant industry, or so the pitch goes. It gives the little guy, the passionate home cook, the culinary artist without a rich uncle. A fighting chance to compete with the big chains. But is that pitch a lie? Are you just trading a landlord for a new set of digital landlords, DoorDash, UberEats, Grubhub, who take a crippling 30% cut of your revenue right off the top? Are you building a real brand with loyal customers? Or are you just a nameless, faceless kitchen paying to be a tiny thumbnail on an app, completely at the mercy of their algorithm? Are you creating a valuable asset you can one day sell? Or are you just buying yourself a high-stress, low-paying job with a fancy title? These are the uncomfortable questions nobody wants to ask. The tech companies selling you the software and the real estate companies leasing you the kitchen space certainly won't. They're selling you the gold rush. They're selling you the dream. Our job is to be the grizzled old prospector who tells you where the real gold is buried, and more importantly, where the mine shafts are that will collapse and bury you alive. So let's get our hands dirty. Let's pull back the curtain on this billion-dollar shadow industry and see what's really going on. We're not going to start with marketing or branding or any of the sexy stuff. We're going to start where every successful business begins and where every failed business dies. The numbers. It all starts with understanding the fundamental economics, the unit-level profitability that determines everything. We need to know before we even think about a name or a logo, if the math on a single delivered order, one burger, one order of fries, one soda, can actually make you rich. So let's do it. Let's build our hypothetical cloud kitchen right here, right now. We'll call it Smash City Burgers. Our signature item is a classic combo: a perfectly seared smash burger, a generous portion of crispy fries, and a fountain soda. We look at the competition in a city like Los Angeles or Chicago. We see similar combos going for around $15 on the major delivery apps. So we set our price $15. That's our starting point. The customer taps their phone a few times, pays $15, and the order comes to our kitchen. We just made $15, right? Wrong. This is the first and most brutal lesson of the cloud kitchen world. Before you even buy the ground beef, you have a partner. A silent, very hungry partner. The delivery platform. Whether it's DoorDash, UberEats, or Grubhub, they provide the digital storefront, the delivery drivers, and the customer base. And for that privilege, they take a commission. Not a small one. We're talking 25 to 30% right off the top. For a new restaurant, you can bet you're paying the high end of that range. So let's be realistic and say it's 30%. 30% of our $15 order is $4.50. That money vanishes instantly. It never even touches our bank account. So our $15 sale has immediately become a $10.50 reality. Already you can feel the dream shrinking a little. But we're just getting started. Now we have to actually make the food. This is what's known as the cost of goods sold, or COGS. It's the price of every single physical ingredient that goes into that bag. Let's break it down. High-quality ground beef, let's say an 80-20 blend, for a quarter-pound patty. That's not cheap. A good potato bun, maybe a brioche. A slice of American cheese. A couple of slices of tomato, a leaf of lettuce, some pickles, and our special city sauce. Then you have the potatoes for the fries and, crucially, the high-quality oil to fry them in, which you go through like water. Finally, the soda syrup and the carbonated water for the drink. When you add all of this up, a well-run restaurant aims for a food cost of around 25 to 35% of the menu price. Let's again split the difference and call it 30%. 30% of our original $15 price. That's another $4.50. So, from our starting $15, we subtract the app's commission and now the cost of the food itself. We're down from $15 to $10.50 to just $6. But the customer can't hold a hot burger and greasy fries in their bare hands. We need packaging. And this isn't just a brown paper bag. To compete, you need branded packaging. A sturdy clamshell box for the burger so it doesn't get crushed. A special sleeve or cup for the fries so they stay crispy. A branded paper bag to put it all in. Napkins. A cup, a lid, and a straw for the soda. These aren't just details, they are real hard costs. A conservative estimate for a decent set of packaging for one order is $1.25. Sometimes it's more. So our $6 is now down to $4.75. And we're still not done. Every time that customer pays with their credit card on the app, there's a payment processing fee. It's usually a percentage plus a flat rate, averaging out to about 3%. 3% of the original $15 transaction is another 45 cents gone. Poof. So let's recap the math on our single Smash City Burger combo. The customer pays $15. The delivery app takes $4.50. The ingredients cost $4.50. The packaging costs $1.25, and the credit card company takes 45 cents. What we're left with, the money that's actually ours from that sale, is $4.35. This number has a name. It's called the contribution margin. It's the amount each sale contributes to paying for everything else in the business. And right now, everything else is a terrifyingly long list. Because that $4.35 is not profit. Not even close. It's just the leftover ammunition we have to fight our biggest enemies. The fixed costs. These are the relentless, soul-crushing expenses that you have to pay every single month, whether you sell one burger or 1,000. First and foremost, the rent. You're not in a traditional restaurant, but you're still paying for space in a commercial commissary kitchen. In a major city, a small, dedicated station in a shared ghost kitchen facility can run you anywhere from $3,000 to $6,000 a month. Let's be optimistic and say we found a deal at $4,000 a month. Next, labor. Who's cooking the burgers? Maybe at the very beginning it's you. But you can't work 12 hours a day, 7 days a week forever. You'll burn out. And what if you get sick? You need at least one employee. In a major U.S. city with minimum wage at $15 an hour or more, plus payroll taxes, a single full-time employee is going to cost you at least $3,000 a month. And that's for one person covering one shift. Most delivery apps are open for lunch and dinner, requiring much more coverage. But let's be wildly optimistic and say we can get by with just $3,000 in labor costs for now. Then you have utilities. The grills, the fryers, the refrigerators, they consume a shocking amount of gas and electricity. Add in water, internet, and trash disposal, and you can easily tack on another $700 a month. And what about marketing? You might think being on DoorDash is the marketing, but you'd be dead wrong. You are one of hundreds, if not thousands, of restaurants on that app. You're a tiny fish in a massive ocean. To get noticed, you have to pay. You have to run promotions like $1 off delivery or 20% off your order. The apps push you to do this. And every single discount you offer comes directly out of your already thin margin. You also need to pay for sponsored listings to appear higher up in the search results. A modest marketing budget to get started would be, at a bare minimum, $500 a month. Finally, there's the blizzard of small costs. Business insurance, the software subscription for your ordering system, accounting fees, business licenses and health permits. And let's not forget waste. Not every tomato gets used. Sometimes an order is made incorrectly. This all adds up. Let's budget another $800 a month for this administrative sludge. So let's tally up our monthly fixed costs. Per $1,000 for rent, $3,000 for labor, $700 for utilities, $500 for marketing, $800 for admin. That comes to $9,000. Every single month, before we even dream of paying ourselves a salary, we are $9,000 in the hole. This is the moment of truth. This is where the dream either becomes a plan or evaporates into a fantasy. We need to figure out our break-even point. How many burger combos do we need to sell just to pay our bills and end the month with $0? The math is simple and it is terrifying. We take our total monthly costs, $9,000, and we divide it by our contribution margin per order, $4.35. 9,000 divided by 4.35. The number is 2,068. We need to sell 2,068 burger combos every single month just to survive. Let's break that down. Divided by 30 days in a month, that's 69 orders every single day. 7 days a week. 69 orders that have to come in, get cooked perfectly, packaged, and sent out the door. 69 times a day we need someone somewhere in our city to scroll past dozens of other options: pizza, tacos, sushi, Thai, and choose us. That's not to make a profit. That's not to get rich. That is just to not go out of business. Getting rich? That's a whole different level. To make a modest pre-tax profit of, say, $5,000 a month for yourself, you'd need to sell an additional 1,150 orders on top of that. That means you're now pushing over 100 orders a day. So the question is no longer, can the math work? The question becomes a brutal operational challenge. How in the world do you, a brand new kitchen with no reputation, no storefront, and no street presence, generate 70, 80, or even 100 orders every single day from an app that is designed to commoditize you? How do you stand out when you are nothing more than a thumbnail on a screen? The answer is you don't. Not in the traditional sense. You don't stand out with a charming storefront or a glowing neon sign. You stand out by becoming a master of a game you didn't create. A game where the rules are opaque, and the house always wins. You have to become an expert not just in food but in digital warfare. The battleground? The holy trinity of food delivery in America. DoorDash, UberEats, and Grubhub. And let me be crystal clear. You cannot just pick one. That's the first rookie mistake. Thinking you can just list on UberEats and call it a day is like opening a hot dog stand in the middle of the desert. You might have the best hot dogs in the world, but nobody is there to buy them. You have to be everywhere your potential customers are, which means you have to be on all 3 major platforms simultaneously. This immediately triples your complexity. It creates what we in the industry call tablet hell. Imagine a stainless steel shelf in your tiny kitchen. On it sits an iPad for UberEats, another for DoorDash, a third for Grubhub. Each one has its own unique, blood-curdlingly annoying notification sound. One dings, one chimes, one screams at you. All day long. They are the high-tech, high-stress gatekeepers to your revenue. But just being on the apps isn't enough. Not even close. You are one of thousands of restaurants, one of hundreds of Italian or burger or taco joints in a 10-mile radius. When a hungry customer opens their app, they don't see an alphabetized list. They see a ruthlessly curated feed. A hierarchy of restaurants determined by a cold, calculating, and all-powerful algorithm. Your number one job, before you even think about profit, is to please that algorithm. It is your God, and it demands sacrifice. So what does the algorithm want? It's not just about 5-star reviews, though those matter. The algorithm is obsessed with one thing above all else: conversion. It's a simple, brutal metric. Of all the people who see your restaurant's thumbnail, what percentage of them actually place an order? That's it. That's the holy grail. If 100 people scroll past your supreme burger, and only one person orders, your conversion rate is 1%. The algorithm sees that and buries you on page 17 where restaurants go to die. If 100 people see it and 20 of them order, your conversion rate is 20%. The algorithm sees that and thinks, this place prints money for us. Show it to everyone. So every single decision you make is about juicing that conversion rate. And the apps know this. They use it as the ultimate leverage. When you sign up, they present you with a menu of options, a tiered system of partnership. It looks like a choice, but it's an illusion. You can choose the basic plan, where they take a mere 15 to 20% commission from every single order. Or you can choose the Plus plan for a 25% commission. Or you can ascend to the heavens with the Premier plan, where you hand over a staggering 30% of your revenue. Why on earth would anyone voluntarily give away 30 cents of every dollar? Because the apps hold the keys to the kingdom. If you pay for the Premier plan, they promise you things. They promise better visibility in the app. They promise to include your restaurant in their subscription services, like DashPass or Uber One, which means customers who are members pay 0 delivery fees when they order from you. That is an enormous driver of conversion. If a customer is choosing between 2 identical burger joints, and one has a $5 delivery fee and yours is free because you're paying that 30% commission, they are ordering from you every single time. You are essentially paying the app a massive fee, not just for delivery logistics but for the privilege of being seen. You are paying for a slightly better spot on the digital high street. The basic plan, that lower commission, that's the equivalent of a storefront with boarded-up windows in a back alley. The Premier plan is Times Square. So you, the new cloud kitchen owner, are faced with an impossible choice on day one. Sign up for the lower commission and be invisible, guaranteeing failure, or sign up for the highest commission, guaranteeing you'll be squeezed to within an inch of your life. You choose to be squeezed. You have to. But it gets worse. The commissions are just the beginning. The algorithm still needs to be fed. On your first day, you're a nobody. Your conversion rate is 0. You need orders fast to prove your worth. So you look at the marketing tab in your partner portal, and it's a candy store of money-losing promotions. Offer 20% off for new customers. Run a buy one, get one free special. Offer free delivery. You know you can't afford it, but you also can't afford to be invisible. So you do it. Let's say you run a spend $20, save $5 promotion to get the ball rolling. An order comes in. The customer's subtotal is $25. They get their $5 discount, so they pay $20. Now, how does the app calculate its 30% commission? Do they take 30% of the $20 the customer paid? Oh, you sweet summer child. No, they take their 30% cut from the original $25 subtotal. So they take $7.50. The customer paid $20. The app takes $7.50. You are left with $12.50 to cover the cost of $25 worth of food, plus packaging, plus rent, plus labor. You are hemorrhaging cash. But you do it. You run that BOGO deal on your signature pasta dish for the first 2 weeks. The orders fly in. You and your one employee are working 14-hour days, just churning out food and losing $5 on every single box that goes out the door. It's a nightmare. But something magical is happening. Your conversion rate is through the roof. The algorithm is feasting. It sees your kitchen as a rising star, a customer favorite. So it starts showing you to more people, higher up in the feed, even to people who aren't looking for a promotion. After 2 weeks of this self-inflicted financial punishment, you turn the promotions off. You hold your breath. And the orders, they keep coming. Not as many, but a steady stream. 40, 50, 60 a day. You've done it. You have paid the marketing toll. You have sacrificed your early profits at the altar of the algorithm. You have successfully bought your visibility. You are now in the game. And the entire time you're managing this chaos from that shelf of screaming tablets. An order comes in on the DoorDash iPad. You have to manually punch it into your own point-of-sale system. Then another one chimes on the UberEats tablet. Punch that one in. Then Grubhub makes its noise. You're trying to cook, manage inventory, and be a human data entry clerk all at once. It's a recipe for disaster. One missed order, one mistaken entry, and your metrics take a hit. Your order accuracy score drops. The algorithm sees. The algorithm punishes. So, you pay for another service. A third-party aggregator like Otter or Deliverect that plugs into all the delivery apps and consolidates the orders into a single feed and a single printer. It's a lifesaver. It makes the chaos manageable. And it costs you another $100 to $150 every single month. Another line item, another small cut, another leech on your already razor-thin margins. You navigate all of this. You master the promotions. You keep your order accuracy at 99%. You're so fast that your prep times are in the top 10% for your city. Your ratings are a stellar 4.8 stars. Even after a few one-star reviews from customers who were angry their driver got stuck in traffic. You have successfully tamed the three-headed beast. The orders are pouring in. 70, 80, 90 a day. You're a success story. You are what every aspiring cloud kitchen owner dreams of becoming. But then you sit down at the end of the month. You look at your sales report from DoorDash. It says you did $30,000 in gross sales. And then you look at the deposit that actually hit your bank account. And it's $16,000. The rest, it's just gone. Vanished into the pockets of the platforms that made your business possible. And are now making it nearly impossible to survive. And you haven't even paid for the food yet. So let's talk about the food. That beautiful crispy chicken sandwich, those perfectly seasoned fries. They don't just magically appear. You have to buy the ingredients. And your suppliers, they don't get paid by DoorDash. Your produce guy doesn't care about your UberEats commission rate. The butcher who sells you 300 pounds of chicken breast every week, he wants his check on Friday. This is your cost of goods sold, or COGS. In the restaurant industry, a healthy COGS is somewhere between 25 and 35% of your revenue. Let's be optimistic. Let's say you are a management genius, a sourcing wizard, and you've gotten your food costs down to a lean 30%. 30% of what? Not the $16,000 that hit your account. 30% of the $100,000 in total sales. Because you had to buy the ingredients for every single order, not just the ones you got to keep the money for. So 30% of $100,000 is $30,000. Let that sink in for a moment. The money that actually landed in your bank account was $16,000. But the cost of the raw food to generate those sales was $30,000. Before you've paid for a single minute of work, before you've paid rent, before you've paid for the lights to stay on, you are already $14,000 in the hole for the month. You have spent every dime the delivery apps gave you. And then you had to pull another 14 grand from your rapidly dwindling personal savings just to pay your food suppliers. But hey, at least the food is paid for. Now you just have to worry about everything else. Who's cooking all this food? In the beginning, it was just you. You were the head chef, the prep cook, the dishwasher, and the guy who scrubbed the grease trap at 2 a.m. You were fueled by caffeine and the sheer terror of failure, working 90-hour weeks. But after that first month, you hit a wall. You physically couldn't keep up. The orders were piling up, wait times were increasing, and those precious 5-star ratings started to slip. You made a decision. You had to hire someone. You put out an ad for a line cook. In a major U.S. city, You're not getting anyone worth their salt for minimum wage. The market is tight. These are skilled jobs. You offer $20 an hour, which is competitive but not amazing. You find a decent cook, a guy named Marcus who knows his way around a fryer. He's great, but he can only work 40 hours a week. The kitchen needs to be open for 60. So you hire a second person, a part-timer to cover the other shifts and help with prep. Let's do the math on that. Marcus at 40 hours a week is 1,600 hours a month. At $20 an hour, that's $3,200. Your part-timer works another 80 hours a month, that's another $1,600. So your payroll is $4,800. But wait, you forgot about payroll taxes, the employer's share of Social Security and Medicare, federal and state unemployment taxes. That adds another 10 to 15% on top. So your real labor cost is closer to $5,500 a month. And that's for a skeleton crew. That's assuming you, the owner, are still working 60 hours a week for free, filling in all the gaps. That's assuming nobody gets sick, nobody quits, nobody asks for a raise. $5,500. Another expense that dwarfs what's left of your savings. Now, where are you and your 2 employees cooking? You're in that slick, modern ghost kitchen facility. The one you toured that felt like the future. Remember the sales pitch? All the infrastructure of a professional kitchen, without the $1 million build-out. And it's true. It's a great facility, but it's also a landlord. And the landlord always gets paid. Your lease is $4,000 a month. That gets you your private 200 square foot kitchen space. But the costs don't stop there. There's the SAM fee, the common area maintenance charge. That's for the security guard, the cleaning crew in the hallways, the guy who takes out the dumpster. That's another $500. Then there are utilities. Your space is submetered. That giant walk-in refrigerator humming 24/7, the 6-burner gas range, the 2 deep fryers bubbling away for 10 hours a day, the massive ventilation hood that sounds like a jet engine. That all costs money. A lot of money. Your utility bill is $1,500. So your rent, your home base, the physical cloud your kitchen exists in, costs you $6,000 a month. Every month. It's a fixed cost. It doesn't care if you sell $100,000 worth of food or $100 worth. The bill is the same. So where are we? We're $14,000 in the hole from food costs. We've added $5,500 for labor. And another $6,000 for rent. We are now over $25,000 in the red for the month, and we're just getting started. Because now comes the death by 1,000 cuts. The expenses that seem small on their own, but bleed you dry when you add them all up. Let's talk about packaging. This is the silent killer of every delivery-only restaurant. You're not handing a plate to a customer. You're building a portable meal containment system. You want it to look professional, so you got custom branded boxes. They look great on Instagram. They also cost you 90 cents each. The custom paper bag to put it in, 30 cents. The little souffle cup for your signature dipping sauce, 15 cents. The sealed cutlery packet with a napkin, 25 cents. All in, you are spending $1.60 on the disposable container for every single $10 sandwich you sell. Let's look at the numbers. You sold 10,000 items this month. That's $16,000. Not in food. In paper and plastic. $16,000 you literally threw in the trash. Sorry that your customers threw in the trash. And that's just for the packaging. What about the software that runs your business? The orders don't just appear on a piece of paper. They come through a tablet, or 3 tablets, one for each delivery service. And you're paying a monthly subscription for the software that aggregates all those orders into one stream, so your brain doesn't explode. That's $200 a month. Your point-of-sale system? Another $150 a month. Your accounting software to track this financial nightmare? $50 a month. You need insurance. What if a customer claims they got food poisoning? What if your cook slices his hand open? General liability and workers' compensation insurance is absolutely non-negotiable. That's $400 a month easy. You need licenses and permits to operate legally. Health department permit, city business license, food handler certifications for your staff. These aren't huge, but they add up to $1,000 a year, which you have to budget for monthly. Let's stop. Let's just stop and take a breath. And let's tally up the damage from your wildly successful first month. You generated $100,000 in sales. An incredible number. After the platforms took their cut, you were left with $16,000. Then came the expenses. $30,000 for food, $5,500 for your 2 employees, $6,000 for your kitchen space and utilities, $16,000 for packaging. Let's round down and call it another $1,000 for software, insurance, and permits. Your total expenses for the month were $58,500. You had $16,000 in revenue come into your bank account. You had $58,500 in expenses go out. You didn't make a profit. You didn't break even. You posted a net loss of $42,500. In 1 month, you worked 90 hours a week, sleeping on a cot in your office, mainlining coffee, stressing yourself to the breaking point, all for the privilege of losing more money in 30 days than the average American makes in a year. You haven't paid yourself a penny. Your business bank account is empty. Your personal savings are almost gone. Your credit cards, which you use to buy the initial smallwares and pay your first month's rent deposit, are screaming at their limits. And in 3 days, the first of the month is coming. Rent is due again. Payroll is due again. The food suppliers are sending their new invoices. How is this sustainable? How is it possible that a business doing 6 figures in monthly sales is bankrupting its owner? This isn't just a hypothetical. This is the brutal, hidden reality for thousands of ghost kitchen entrepreneurs. They are trapped inside a machine that is designed to look like a dream but function like a nightmare. And the way some of them survive, the way they claw their way back to zero, is a dark, controversial secret that the delivery platforms would prefer you never, ever find out about. It's a strategy called multi-branding. And it's not happening in some back alley deal. It's happening right on your phone, hidden in plain sight, every single time you scroll for dinner. The secret to survival isn't to build one great restaurant. It's to build 10 fake ones. Imagine you're running that struggling kitchen. Let's call it Urban Spoon. You sell decent sandwiches and salads. But on the app, you're just one little icon lost in a sea of 1,000 others. You're a single fishing line in the Pacific Ocean. You might get a bite, but you'll probably starve. Now what if you could cast a giant net instead? This is what the smart, or perhaps desperate, operators do. They keep Urban Spoon. But from that exact same kitchen, using the exact same ingredients and the exact same staff, they launched the Wing Spot, and Burger Fiend, and Salad Days, and Mac and Cheesy. 5 different restaurant names, 5 different menus, 5 different logos, all operating out of one tiny 150 square foot steel box. To you, the customer, it looks like you have a world of choice. Should I get wings tonight? Or a burger? You scroll between the Wing Spot and Burger Fiend, comparing prices, reading reviews, thinking you're choosing between 2 distinct, competing local businesses. But you're not. You're just choosing which PDF menu you want to order from. The order for either one goes to the same tablet, to the same overworked cook, who will grab the same frozen chicken from the same freezer. This is the game. It's a digital sleight of hand. And it is the single most important survival tactic in the cloud kitchen universe. Because it's not just about marketing, it's about brutal Darwinian economics. Think about the biggest killer of any restaurant: food waste. A traditional restaurant has to predict demand for its specific menu. If they bet big on salmon but everyone orders steak, that salmon gets thrown out. Thousands of dollars gone. But a multi-brand cloud kitchen? They've engineered their menus for maximum overlap. The ground beef they use for the Burger Fiend patties is the same ground beef that goes into the chili for the chili pot. The chicken breasts for the Salad Days Caesar are the same chicken breasts that get fried for the Clucking Good sandwich. The shredded cheese, the onions, the lettuce, the sauces. It's a carefully constructed web of shared inventory. They're not running 5 different restaurants. They're running one hyper-efficient assembly line with 5 different packaging labels. Waste plummets because an ingredient that isn't selling for one brand can be instantly repurposed for another. It also solves the labor problem. In a normal restaurant, there are lulls. The kitchen staff might be standing around between the lunch and dinner rush. In a multi-brand kitchen, there are no lulls. The tablet is always screaming. Orders are constantly pouring in from one of the 5 or 10, or even 20 virtual storefronts. Every second of paid labor is squeezed for maximum productivity. But the real magic, the real reason this is the key to survival, is how it games the delivery apps themselves. The algorithms that decide what you see are a black box, but one thing is clear: they favor activity and keywords. When you have one restaurant, Urban Spoon, you only show up when someone is in the mood for a sandwich or a salad. But when you also run the Wing Spot, you now capture everyone searching for wings, buffalo, game day food. When you add Burger Fiend, you capture burgers, cheeseburger, late night eats, You are carpet bombing the platform with keywords. You're multiplying your digital shelf space. Instead of having one lottery ticket, you have 5, or 10, or 20. It is a brute force method of gaining visibility. You're no longer hoping the algorithm finds you. You are forcing the algorithm to trip over you at every turn. And the platforms, they love it. Why wouldn't they? More restaurants create the illusion of a vast, bustling marketplace. And every single order, whether it's from Burger Fiend or the Wing Spot, results in the same thing: a commission fee in their pocket. They are not just complicit, they are active enablers. The platforms provide the data, the analytics, the trend reports that tell kitchen operators exactly which virtual brands to launch. Hey, their data might suggest, there's a shortage of late-night poutine options in the 90210 zip code. And poof, the next day, 3 new poutine-only restaurants appear, all operating out of the same kitchen that was selling salads that morning. This is how operators claw their way back to zero. They stop thinking like chefs and start thinking like day traders. They launch brands, monitor the data, kill the ones that don't perform, and double down on the winners. It's a portfolio of digital assets, not a menu born from passion. But this is where the dream curdles. This is the dark secret. Because while it's a brilliant survival strategy for the operator, it creates a deeply cynical and often deceptive experience for the customer. You think you're supporting a small business, a local specialist who has perfected the art of the burger. But you're often just ordering from a massive, faceless food assembly operation that decided burgers was a high-performing keyword that week. The focus shifts from quality to quantity, from culinary craft to logistical efficiency. Can one kitchen with 1 or 2 cooks really execute 5 different menus flawlessly? Can they make authentic Thai curry and juicy smash burgers and delicate salads and crispy fried chicken all at the same time, to the same high standard? Of course not. Something has to give. And that something is almost always quality. The food becomes generic. It's designed not to be exceptional, but to be acceptable. To be good enough not to get a 1-star review. It's food engineered to travel well in a cardboard box, and to use the most cost-effective, cross-brand ingredients possible. And the most corrosive part of this whole strategy? It suffocates the real restaurants. It drowns out the actual independent local spots that do only one thing, but do it with passion and excellence. Think of that family-run pizzeria, Nana's Slice. They've been making pizza for 40 years. Their sauce recipe is a family secret. They have one brand, one menu, one chance to show up on that app. But they're not just competing with other pizzerias. They're competing with the single cloud kitchen that has launched Pizza Pie Guys, Brooklyn Slice Company, Calzone Zone, and Cheesy Bread Brothers. Nana's Slice is now just one listing among 5, and 4 of those are a mirage. The cloud kitchen has a 4-to-1 advantage before the customer even makes a choice. It's an algorithmic war. And the authentic, single-focus restaurant is bringing a knife to a drone fight. So the very system designed to give small entrepreneurs a low-cost entry into the food business has created a loophole so large that it allows a few operators to dominate the digital landscape, pushing out the very people it was supposed to help. They survive by becoming a hydra, a multi-headed beast that's impossible to ignore and even harder to compete against. They're not just running a kitchen, they're running a sophisticated digital illusion. This is the controversial truth of the cloud kitchen gold rush. The path to profitability isn't paved with better recipes or fresher ingredients. It's paved with an army of fake restaurant names, a mastery of search engine optimization, and a relentless focus on efficiency over art. But what is it actually like inside one of these high-efficiency illusions? What is the human cost for the people working inside that steel box, trying to keep the whole precarious system from collapsing? The reality of being a cook in this new world order is far more intense and far more chaotic than you could ever imagine. Imagine a space no bigger than a walk-in closet, supercharged with the heat of a half-dozen industrial cooking surfaces. The air is thick, a humid cocktail of vaporized grease from a burger patty, chili oil from a Szechuan noodle dish, and the sweet steam from a waffle iron. The only music is a frantic, discordant symphony, the relentless, high-pitched beep-beep-beep of new orders arriving, the roar of a ventilation hood straining to keep up, and the sizzle of a dozen different meals hitting hot metal at once. This isn't a kitchen. This is a cockpit during a nosedive. And you're the pilot, the co-pilot, and the entire cabin crew all at once. In a traditional restaurant, there's a rhythm. A lunch rush, a dinner service. There are lulls, moments to breathe, to prep, to clean. In a cloud kitchen, the rush never ends. The orders don't come from a server who can see you're swamped. They come from the algorithm, a faceless, emotionless, unforgiving stream of data that flows from 1,000 phones across the city directly onto your screen. It's a digital tsunami of tickets, and your only job is to not drown. Each ticket is a ticking clock, a promise made to a hungry customer by an app that doesn't care if you just sliced your finger, or if the fryer is on the fritz. The app only cares about one thing: time, and its algorithm is a cruel master. Every second you fall behind, your kitchen's rating slips. Your visibility drops. The tsunami of orders could slow to a trickle, and then you're not just fighting the clock, you're fighting for your job. Now, here's where the matrix truly glitches. You're not just cooking for one restaurant. You, the lone cook in this steel box, might be responsible for 5, or 7, or 10. On your screen, an order pops up for Slammin' Salmon Poke Bowls. Seconds later, another one for the Wing King. Then, Nana's Secret Lasagna. And right after that, Vegan Victory Burgers. They are all, on paper, different restaurants. They have different logos, different branding, different menus on the delivery apps. But in reality, they are all you. You are Slammin' Salmon. You are the Wing King. You are Nana. You are the Vegan Victory. Think about the sheer cognitive load of that. You have to pivot instantly from the delicate art of slicing ahi tuna to the precise frying time of a chicken wing, then to the specific layering of a lasagna, then to ensuring the plant-based patty on the vegan burger doesn't cross-contaminate with anything else. Each brand has its own unique ingredients, its own specific build-out instructions, its own custom packaging. You're not just cooking. You're performing a high-wire act of mental gymnastics, juggling a dozen different culinary identities at once. The muscle memory a traditional chef builds over years, perfecting one type of cuisine, it's useless here. Your only valuable skill is the ability to compartmentalize chaos and switch between fragmented realities without making a mistake. Because one mistake, putting the wrong sauce on the wings, using the wrong cheese in the lasagna, doesn't just result in one bad review for one restaurant. It results in a bad review that dings the algorithm for a brand that only exists as a JPEG on a customer's phone, and that bad review comes right back to you. The physical environment is just as punishing. These kitchens are designed for maximum efficiency, not human comfort. You're working shoulder to shoulder with other cooks running their own portfolio of phantom brands. Every movement is choreographed to avoid collision. You reach for the salt, you duck under someone else's arm retrieving a pan. It's a constant sweaty ballet of near misses and minor burns. There's no front of house to interact with, no friendly server to banter with, no satisfied customer to see enjoying your food. The only human interaction is often the most stressful. The delivery driver. They stand there, helmet in hand, phone out, staring at you. They aren't your colleague. They are the physical embodiment of the ticking clock. Their own income is tied to how fast they can get your food and go. So they wait, they watch, and their presence adds another layer of silent, simmering pressure to the cacophony. And for this high-stress, high-skill multitasking nightmare, what is the reward? For the vast majority of cloud kitchen cooks, the pay is barely a step above fast food wages. We're talking a few dollars over minimum wage in most major cities. You're expected to have the diverse skill set of a seasoned line cook, the speed of a short order machine, and the composure of an air traffic controller, all for the same pay as someone flipping burgers at a single legacy chain. It's the great paradox of the ghost kitchen economy. It demands an incredibly high level of skill and mental fortitude, but compensates it at the lowest possible rung of the culinary ladder. The job is inherently precarious. The virtual brands you cook for can be turned on and off with a click. If Nana's Secret Lasagna doesn't hit its target metrics in the first month, the owner can simply delete it from the app, create a new concept like Tokyo Taco Town, and your station is suddenly reconfigured overnight. You're not a chef in a restaurant. You're a content creator in a food factory, and your content can be canceled at any moment. This takes a profound psychological toll. The isolation is a huge part of it. Kitchen culture in traditional restaurants is built on camaraderie. The shared struggle, the inside jokes, the we're in this together mentality that gets you through a brutal Saturday night. In a cloud kitchen, you're a mercenary. You're a ghost cooking for ghosts. Your only feedback comes in the form of cold, hard data. Ticket times, star ratings, and angry, anonymous reviews from customers who have no idea one person is juggling 7 different restaurants from a single sweltering hotbox. The burnout rate is astronomical. Cooks come in, get chewed up by the relentless pace and the psychological pressure, and spit out in a matter of months, replaced by the next person willing to try and tame the algorithmic beast. The system isn't designed for longevity, it's designed for churn. So while the entrepreneurs and venture capitalists are celebrating disruption and scalability, the human beings powering this revolution are being ground down. They are the ghosts in the machine, the invisible workforce making this entire multi-billion-dollar industry possible. They are the ones absorbing all the risk and pressure that has been so cleverly engineered out of the business model for the owners. The entire system is built on the premise that you can take the most chaotic, human and artistic part of the restaurant experience, the cooking, and squeeze it into a perfectly optimized, predictable, and soulless box. But a system that treats its most vital human components as expendable cogs in a machine is bound to have cracks in its foundation. And those cracks don't just affect the people inside the box. They inevitably seep into the one thing the customer actually cares about, the food. The shortcuts, the compromises, the quality sacrifices that are essential to survive inside this pressure cooker. They tell a whole other story about what you're really eating when you order from a restaurant that doesn't exist. And that story begins in a freezer. A very, very large freezer. Think about the last time you ordered from a new, exciting-sounding place on DoorDash. Maybe it was Smokin' Billy's authentic barbecue brisket, or Nana Amelia's hand-rolled gnocchi. The pictures looked incredible, right? Professional lighting, perfectly placed garnishes, a rustic wooden table in the background. It looked like a real restaurant. It felt like a real restaurant. But the brisket in that picture? It likely never saw a smoker. It arrived at the cloud kitchen in a giant, vacuum-sealed plastic bag, pre-cooked, pre-smoked with liquid smoke flavoring, and frozen solid. Its journey to your door involved a hot water bath, a technique called sous vide, which sounds fancy but in this context is just the industrial-scale equivalent of a microwave, and a quick sear on a griddle for fake char marks before being drenched in a sauce that came from a 5-gallon bucket. Nana Amelia's gnocchi? They were machine-made in a factory 1,000 miles away, flash-frozen, and dumped from a bag into boiling water for 90 seconds. This isn't an exception. This is the operating model. The fundamental economic equation of a cloud kitchen simply does not allow for the traditional, time-consuming, and expensive process of cooking from scratch. Remember those razor-thin margins we talked about? Every single decision is filtered through that lens. Let's take a simple example. A chicken sandwich. To make a truly great chicken sandwich, you'd buy fresh, high-quality chicken breasts. You'd have a cook, a skilled person whose salary you have to pay, spend time trimming them, brining them for hours to make them juicy, preparing a complex multi-ingredient dredge, and then carefully frying each piece to order. This process introduces variables. The cost of fresh chicken fluctuates daily, a cook might oversalt the brine, the oil temperature might be off, and if you don't sell all the chicken you prep that day, it's wasted product. It's lost money. Now here's the cloud kitchen model. You buy a case of 500 pre-breaded, pre-portioned frozen chicken patties. The cost is fixed and incredibly low because the supplier is producing them at a monumental scale. The cook, who doesn't need any real culinary skill, just has to be able to pull a patty from the freezer and drop it into a deep fryer with a timer. Every single sandwich is identical. There is zero waste. The labor cost is minimized because the task is de-skilled. The trade-off? You're not eating a piece of chicken. You're eating a chicken-based product, engineered for consistency, shelf life, and low cost. The flavor doesn't come from a thoughtful cooking process. It comes from the sodium, the MSG, and the proprietary spice blend injected into the breading at the factory. This is the central compromise. The cloud kitchen isn't selling food in the traditional sense. It's selling convenience disguised as choice. And to deliver that convenience at a price point that can compete on the apps, the food itself has to become a standardized, mass-produced commodity. We're talking about an entire ecosystem of suppliers built around this model. Companies like Cisco and US Foods don't just sell ingredients, they sell solutions. They sell pre-made macaroni and cheese that just needs to be scooped and heated. They sell pre-diced onions, saving hours of labor. They sell pre-cooked bacon strips, pre-scrambled egg patties, pre-made hollandaise sauce. This is called speed scratch cooking, and it's the lifeblood of the cloud kitchen. You're not getting a chef-crafted meal. You're getting an assembled meal, put together like a Lego set by a line worker following a laminated instruction card with pictures. This system, this industrialization of the restaurant meal, leads to one of the most deceptive and brilliant strategies in the entire business: virtual multi-branding. Let's go back inside our hypothetical cloud kitchen unit, Unit 217. The owner, Sarah, is struggling with her brand, Sarah's Soups and Salads. The orders just aren't there. But she has all this equipment and all these bulk ingredients. She has a deep fryer. She has a freezer full of frozen chicken and fries. She has a pantry stacked with dozens of different bottled sauces. So, overnight, she doesn't just have one restaurant anymore. She has 5. Using the same frozen chicken wings, she launches Wicked Wingdom with 10 different sauce options. The sauces are just different bottled glazes she buys in bulk. She takes the same frozen chicken patties, puts them on a bun with a slice of American cheese, and launches the Burger Barn. She takes those same patties, chops them up, and throws them on top of the lettuce she already has for her salad brand, and now she has cluck and crisp healthy bowls. The French fries she sells at the Burger Barn are the same ones she sells as a side at Wicked Wingdom. The same ranch dressing is used for dipping wings, as a topping for a salad, and as a sauce on a California chicken burger. From the customer's perspective, scrolling through UberEats, they see 5 distinct, competing restaurants. It creates an illusion of a vibrant, diverse local food scene. You might spend 10 minutes debating whether you're in the mood for wings from Wicked Wingdom or a burger from the Burger Barn, completely unaware that your order is going to the exact same 250 square foot room, to be cooked in the same fryer by the same person, who will then put it in a different branded bag. This isn't just a clever trick. It's the core survival strategy. Why? Because the delivery apps are a brutal zero-sum game for attention. The platform's algorithm determines who gets seen. By launching multiple brands, Sarah isn't just creating new revenue streams. She's engaging in a form of digital real estate warfare. She's flooding the zone. She's increasing her statistical probability of capturing your order. If you search for chicken, 3 of her brands might pop up in the top 10 results, pushing a real brick-and-mortar competitor down to the second page where they'll never be seen. The platforms love this. In fact, they actively encourage it. Companies like C3 and Reef Kitchens have built billion-dollar valuations on this exact model, creating dozens of celebrity-endorsed virtual brands that are all pumped out of the same network of ghost kitchens. To the app, it doesn't matter if 5 restaurants are real, or just one kitchen with 5 different logos. More listings mean more perceived choice for the consumer, which keeps them on the platform longer. And every order, regardless of which brand it comes from, generates that sweet 30% commission. They are profiting from the very illusion they are helping to create. So you, the customer, are left navigating a digital food court that feels infinite but is, in reality, a hall of mirrors. You're paying a premium for food that is often lower quality than a fast food chain, under the illusion that you're supporting a unique, local business. The names are designed to sound local, small-scale, and authentic. Names like The Local Melt or Main Street Pizza, when in reality they are shells, operated by a national conglomerate or a single, stressed-out entrepreneur in a windowless box, all using the same frozen ingredients from the same national supplier. The compromise isn't just in the quality of the food. The compromise is the truth. The entire system is built on a foundation of misdirection, a carefully constructed facade designed to extract maximum value from your wallet while providing the minimum viable product. But the food quality and the brand deception are only part of the story, because to truly understand the machine, you have to look at the people trapped inside it. The Ghost Kitchen Gold Rush has created a new class of gig worker, facing pressures and working in conditions that would make even the most hardened restaurant veteran shudder. Imagine a kitchen with no windows, no dining room, no customers to smile at, no coworkers to share a knowing glance with when a ridiculous order comes in. There's just you, a 10 by 10 stainless steel box, and the relentless piercing ding of a tablet. This is the reality for the new workforce powering the ghost kitchen revolution. It's not a restaurant kitchen, it's a production cell. And the line manager isn't a person, it's an algorithm. The tablet is your god and your tormentor. It's a direct portal to the customer, but also to the platform's unblinking, all-seeing eye. Every second is measured. The moment an order for screamin' hot chicken appears, a timer starts. Not your timer, the platform's timer. It has already promised the customer delivery in, say, 28 minutes. It has calculated the driver's travel time. The rest is on you. The screen flashes. Prep time, 8 minutes. Go. You're not just making one order. You're likely running 3, 4, even 5 different restaurants from this single station. 1 minute you're boxing up Nashville hot chicken. The next, you're assembling a vegan grain bowl for Green Goddess Organics. Then you're flipping a burger for Patty's Palace. Each has its own packaging, its own specific set of ingredients, its own ticking clock on the tablet. The cacophony of dings is constant. It's a high-stakes digital game of whack-a-mole, Only the moles are people's dinners, and the penalty for losing is a negative rating that could get you deactivated. In a traditional restaurant, when the kitchen gets slammed, what chefs call being in the weeds, a manager can go out to the floor, talk to customers, offer a free drink, and buy the kitchen some time. There is a human buffer. In the ghost kitchen, there is no buffer. There is no one to talk to. The algorithm doesn't care that 3 complex orders came in at the exact same second. It only knows that the clock is ticking, and its metrics for your performance are slipping from green to yellow and soon to red. This constant, data-driven pressure creates an environment of profound isolation. Workers we spoke to described it as cooking in a vacuum. You might be in a large facility with dozens of other kitchens, but you barely interact. Everyone is locked in their own private battle against the clock. There's no camaraderie, no shared struggle that bonds a kitchen crew together. You don't have a chef you work for. You have a brand owner you may have never met. You're not part of a team. You are a user, a contractor, a human API executing commands for a software platform. And the economics of this model rely on keeping labor as cheap and flexible as possible. Many of these workers aren't direct employees of the virtual brand they're cooking for. They're often hired through third-party staffing agencies or work as independent contractors. This is the gig economy model ported into the kitchen. It means minimal job security, often no health benefits, no paid sick leave, no retirement plan. If you get sick, you don't earn. If you're not fast enough, you're replaced. The system is designed to be frictionless, and that includes the process of swapping out one human component for another. This precariousness is amplified by the rating system. Your entire professional existence is distilled into a star rating, not just from the customer, who might give you 1 star because the driver got lost, but from the platform itself. Order accuracy is tracked. Prep times are logged. The time it takes for you to hand the bag to the delivery driver is measured. A few mistakes, forgetting a side of ranch taking 10 minutes on an 8-minute order, and your metrics drop. Your brand owner gets a notification, and you might get a text message telling you not to come in tomorrow. This creates a culture of fear. Workers describe meticulously checking orders 3 or 4 times, knowing that a single missing sauce packet could jeopardize their income. They talked about the anxiety of seeing a delivery driver walk in already looking impatient because they too are being timed and rated by the same unforgiving system. This interface, the handoff between cook and driver, is a major flashpoint. It's where 2 different cogs in the gig economy machine, both under immense pressure, collide. The cook is trying to juggle multiple orders. The driver, who might have orders from 2 or 3 different kitchens in the same facility, is trying to optimize their route and maximize their earnings. The app on the driver's phone tells them the food is ready. They walk in, but only one of their 3 pickups is actually bagged. The other 2 are still being prepared. The driver gets angry because waiting costs them money. The cook gets stressed because the driver is glaring at them while the tablet is screaming for another order to be started. Both are pawns in a game orchestrated by an algorithm designed for maximum efficiency, a game that pits its own workers against each other. One former cloud kitchen cook told us about a Friday night during the playoffs. An unexpected surge of orders hit all at once. He was alone in his unit, responsible for a wing joint, a salad concept, and a mac and cheese brand. He described it as pure chaos. 3 tablets, each with a queue of orders, each with its own relentless timer. He was pulling fried chicken from the fryer with one hand, tossing a kale salad with the other, all while trying to keep the different branded bags and boxes straight. Drivers were lining up outside his door. He said it felt less like cooking and more like being an air traffic controller in a storm, with no training and the certainty that a crash was inevitable. He made a mistake. He put the wrong side in with a wing order. The 1-star review came in before his shift was even over. The brand owner, who was hundreds of miles away, called him, furious about the impact on his restaurant's rating. Not his performance, not his well-being. The rating. This is the human engine that makes the ghost kitchen model profitable. It's built on maximizing output while minimizing cost, and the biggest costs to be minimized are human labor and human error. The dream sold to the small entrepreneur is the ability to launch a food brand with low overhead. But to make the numbers work, with delivery apps taking up to a 30% commission and the rent on the kitchen space itself, they are forced to squeeze their labor. They have to demand this impossible level of speed and accuracy from a workforce that is underpaid, unprotected, and subjected to constant surveillance and algorithmic management. The pressure the platform puts on the brand owner gets passed directly down to the person in the hot, windowless box, the one actually making the food. The system functions by atomizing the process of cooking, stripping it of its craft and its humanity, and turning it into a series of repeatable, timed tasks. It's the factory assembly line, redesigned for the digital age. And the ghosts in this machine aren't the brands, they're the people. People who are becoming increasingly invisible in the food system, hidden away in industrial parks, their labor reduced to a data point, their future dependent on the cold, impartial judgment of the algorithm. This algorithm isn't just a piece of code. It's the new landlord. It's the health inspector, the food critic, and the maitre d' all rolled into one. And it is a notoriously fickle, unforgiving, and opaque boss. Your entire business lives or dies on its whims. To understand the cloud kitchen game, you have to understand that you are not in the food business. You are in the visibility business. And on DoorDash, UberEats, or Grubhub, visibility is a commodity that is bought and sold every single second. Think about how you use these apps. You open it up, you type burgers, and you scroll. Do you ever make it to page 7? Page 4? Probably not. The vast majority of orders go to the restaurants on that first screen. If you're not there, you are, for all intents and purposes, a ghost. So the single most important question for any virtual brand is not how good is my food, but how do I get to the top of the list? The algorithm is designed to answer one question for the platform. Which restaurant is most likely to result in a completed, profitable order with a happy customer? To figure that out, it weighs a handful of key metrics. First, your conversion rate. Of all the people who click on your menu, how many actually place an order? A high conversion rate tells the algorithm your prices, photos, and offerings are compelling. Second, your acceptance rate and speed. Do you accept orders quickly? Or do you leave drivers waiting? The platform wants efficiency. Third, your order accuracy. Are you forgetting the extra sauce? Putting pickles on when the customer said no pickles? Every mistake is a potential refund, a cost to the platform. And finally, the holy grail, your customer rating. That simple 5-star system is the ultimate judge. A 4.7 is great. A 4.5 is okay. But drop to a 4.2 and the algorithm begins to bury you. Sees you as a risk. It demotes you in the rankings, which means you get fewer orders, which means you have fewer chances to raise your rating. It's a death spiral. This creates a brutal catch-22 for new kitchens. To get the high ratings and order volume the algorithm demands, you need to be visible. But to be visible, you need to already have high ratings and order volume. So how do you break in? You pay. You bleed. You sacrifice your own profits to please the algorithmic gods. This is the pay-to-play ecosystem, and it is the financial heart of the delivery app model. The first lever you can pull is promotions. The algorithm loves a good deal. Buy one, get one free. 30% off orders over $40. Free delivery. When you offer these, the app will blast you to the top of the list. They'll put a little tag on your listing. You'll get a flood of orders. Your metrics will soar. But who pays for that free burrito? You do. The delivery app isn't taking the hit. You are funding your own promotion directly out of your already thin margins, just for the privilege of being seen. You're essentially paying the app in the form of discounts to send you customers. When the promotion ends, you vanish. The algorithm's memory is short. The moment you stop offering the deal, you slide back down into the digital abyss. So you're trapped. You have to keep the promotions running, constantly giving away a piece of your business just to stay in the game. The second lever is even more direct. Sponsored listings. Just like on Google or Amazon, you can pay to have your restaurant pinned to the top of the search results. It's an auction. The more you're willing to pay per click or per order, the higher you rank. Suddenly, your success isn't about your grandma's secret marinara sauce. It's about your ability to outbid the corporate-backed wing chain next door. You're not a chef anymore. You're a digital marketer, obsessively checking your ad spend, calculating your customer acquisition cost, and praying that the $100 you spent on ads today will bring in more than $100 in profit. For most, it doesn't. Let's imagine a virtual brand owner. We'll call her Sarah. Sarah launches the Midnight Melt, a late-night gourmet grilled cheese concept, out of a shared kitchen in Chicago. The food is incredible. The branding is on point. The first week she gets 2 orders, both from friends. She's on page 9 for sandwiches. She's invisible. Desperate, she launches a massive promotion. 50% off your first order. The app loves it. They feature her. The orders pour in. She and her one cook are slammed for 2 weeks straight. It's chaos, but it's working. Her rating shoots up to 4.8. The algorithm promotes her organically now. She's on page 2. She decides to end the 50% off promo. She was losing $7 on every single sandwich. The day the promo ends, her orders fall by 90%. She's back to being a ghost. So she tries sponsored listings. She sets a budget of $50 a day. The orders tick up, but they're not profitable. The 30% commission to the app, plus her food costs, her labor, her rent, and now the ad spend on top of it all, she's making less than $1 per sandwich. Some days she's losing money just to stay open. Then disaster. A driver gets stuck in traffic, and 3 orders are delivered late and cold. The customers, understandably, are upset. They leave 1-star reviews. Sarah's rating drops from a 4.8 to a 4.5 overnight. The algorithm sees this, flags her as less reliable. It stops showing her to as many people. Her sponsored ads become less effective. In the span of 72 hours, through no fault of her own, her business is on the brink of collapse. She is completely at the mercy of a system she cannot control, influence, or even speak to. But the most insidious part of this entire structure is the data. The delivery apps have built an unbreachable wall between the restaurant and the customer. Sarah never gets a customer's name, email, or phone number. She just gets an order number. She has no way to build a relationship, to market directly to her fans, to encourage them to order again. The customer belongs to UberEats, not to the Midnight Melt. Meanwhile, UberEats knows everything. They know that a gourmet grilled cheese concept in Sarah's neighborhood, priced at $14, is incredibly popular between 10 p.m. and 2 a.m. on Fridays. They have terabytes of data showing exactly what people want, when they want it, and what they're willing to pay for it. And here is the ultimate existential threat to every independent cloud kitchen operator. What's to stop the delivery platform from taking that data and using it for themselves? They can see Sarah's concept is a winner, so they can create their own virtual brand, Cheesy Rider, or Melt Mania. They can go to one of their existing high-volume partner kitchens and give them the recipes and the branding. And then they can place their own in-house brand at the absolute top of their own platform for free. They don't have to pay for sponsored listings. They don't have to pay themselves the 30% commission. They can use the data they gathered from Sarah's hard work and investment to create a competitor that can instantly undercut her and drive her out of business. This isn't a hypothetical. It's the Amazon Basics model, applied to your local food scene. The platform becomes both the marketplace and the top competitor within that marketplace. A conflict of interest so profound it's hard to even comprehend. You are, in effect, paying your biggest competitor for the data they will eventually use to eliminate you. This is the grim reality of algorithmic dependence. It's a relentless, soul-crushing battle fought not in a kitchen, but on a spreadsheet. It's the constant anxiety of checking your ratings, the despair of seeing your ranking drop for no discernible reason. It's the feeling of total powerlessness, of screaming into a void where the only response is the silent, indifferent judgment of the code. For so many entrepreneurs who enter this world dreaming of culinary creativity and freedom, they find themselves trapped in a system that reduces their passion to a set of performance metrics. Their future decided not by the quality of their food, but by their ability to feed the ever-hungry machine. And yet, some operators survive. A select few even thrive. They are the outliers, the anomalies who stare into the algorithmic abyss and don't blink. They are the ones who understand that they are not in the restaurant business. They are in the logistics and data business, and their product just happens to be food. To understand how they succeed where so many fail, we have to look at the 3 archetypes of the successful cloud kitchen operator: the data scientist, the niche king, and the escape artist. First, the data scientist. This operator views their kitchen not as a place of culinary art, but as a laboratory for ruthless optimization. They don't have a signature dish. They have a portfolio of minimum viable products. They launch a virtual brand for Nashville hot chicken, not because they have a family recipe from Tennessee, but because their keyword research shows a 30% month-over-month increase in search volume for that term in their delivery zone. Their menu pricing isn't based on food cost and a desired margin. It's dynamically adjusted based on the time of day, competitor pricing, and even the weather. They A/B test photos, running 2 identical menu items with slightly different lighting to see which one gets a 0.5% higher click-through rate. They obsess over prep times, not for the sake of the customer experience, but because a 30-second reduction shaves a fraction of a percentage off their commission tier. They are playing the game exactly as the platforms designed it, using the platform's own data-driven logic against itself. They win, not by making the best food, but by making the most statistically likely to be ordered food. For them, passion is a liability. The only thing that matters is the data, and the data says a picture of glistening, cheese-drenched fries will outperform a lovingly crafted, but less photogenic stew every single time. Then there's the niche king. This operator knows they can't win the burger wars or the pizza skirmishes. The competition is too fierce, the ad spend too high. So they don't compete. They retreat to a corner of the market so specific, so underserved, that they become the only viable option. We're talking about a virtual brand that sells nothing but authentic, gluten-free Venezuelan arepas. Or a late-night dessert kitchen specializing in vegan, keto-friendly cookies. They build a moat around a tiny castle. Their audience is smaller, but it's fiercely loyal. These customers aren't just scrolling aimlessly. They are actively searching for that one specific thing they can't get anywhere else. The Niche King's marketing isn't about paying for a top spot on the app. It's about dominating the search results for vegan keto dessert near me. They foster a cult following on social media, turning their small customer base into an army of evangelists. They don't have to fight the algorithm for attention, because their customers are already coming to the app looking for them. They have made themselves a destination, a tiny island of specificity in an ocean of generic options. Finally, and perhaps most astutely, there is the escape artist. This entrepreneur views the cloud kitchen for exactly what it is: a temporary launchpad, a low-cost, low-risk way to test a concept and build a brand with one eye always on the exit. Their goal isn't to get rich on DoorDash. Their goal is to graduate from it. Every order that goes out their door is a Trojan horse. The packaging is immaculate and heavily branded. Inside the bag is a flyer with a QR code, not just for a discount but a call to join their community, to follow their Instagram, to order directly from their website next time. They use the delivery apps as a customer acquisition tool, paying the exorbitant commission as a marketing cost to find their future loyalists. They collect data, they build an email list, they learn what sells. And all the while, they are saving, planning, and building a bridge to their real goal. A food truck, a brick-and-mortar cafe, a line of sauces in a grocery store. They are using the platform's massive reach to build a brand that can eventually exist independently of it. They are not trying to win the game, they are trying to stop playing it altogether. But even for these winners, success comes at a staggering human cost. The data scientist lives in a state of perpetual anxiety, their mood dictated by the daily sales chart. The Niche King works 90-hour weeks, personally handling every order, because they can't afford to hire staff and risk a single bad review that could crater their small, fragile reputation. The escape artist funnels every dollar of profit back into their escape plan, living on ramen while their virtual brand sells gourmet burgers for $20 a pop. They are all, in their own way, still shackled to the machine. They may have learned how to steer it slightly, but they are still powering it with their labor, their capital, and their sanity. So let's return to the central question. Can you really get rich running a cloud kitchen in a major US city? The answer is a deeply unsatisfying yes, but yes, it is technically possible. A tiny fraction of operators, the ones who scale a portfolio of data-driven virtual brands across multiple cities, are likely making immense fortunes. They are the exception, the statistical anomaly that fuels the entire dream. For them, this isn't a restaurant. It's a tech startup that uses kitchens as servers. But for the vast majority, for the aspiring chef or the immigrant family pouring their life savings into a 200-square-foot box, rich is a cruel mirage. The more likely outcome is a high-stress, low-margin job that you own. A job where your boss is an algorithm and your performance review is a star rating. You can make a living. You might even make a decent living. But the wealth, the real transformative generational wealth, isn't flowing to the people cooking the food. It's flowing upwards. It's flowing to the venture-backed delivery platforms who take a 30% cut of every single transaction. It's flowing to the commercial real estate firms that own the commissary facilities, charging premium rents for what are often little more than windowless warehouses. The cloud kitchen model didn't democratize the restaurant industry. It just created a new class of digital landlords. It's the gold rush all over again. A few miners strike it rich, their stories amplified to encourage thousands more to come west. But the ones who consistently build fortunes are the ones selling the picks, the shovels, and the maps. This is the ultimate, unspoken truth of the ghost kitchen revolution. It has fundamentally and perhaps irrevocably altered our relationship with food. It has decoupled food from place, from community, from the human connection of a shared meal. It has transformed the act of cooking from a craft into a task, and a restaurant from a neighborhood hub into a node on a logistics network. The rise of these disembodied brands, optimized for a photograph and a 20-minute delivery window, threatens the very existence of the local diner. The family-owned taqueria. The bistro on the corner that knows your name. These are the places that sponsor little league teams and host first dates, the cultural anchors of our communities. And they are being systematically outcompeted by a centralized, data-driven system that sees food not as culture, but as content. The dream of the cloud kitchen is a powerful one. It promises a shortcut to the American dream of entrepreneurship, a way to turn a passion into a profession with just a few $1,000s and a killer recipe. But the reality is a system engineered to extract maximum value from its operators. A relentless grind where the house almost always wins. It's a story not of liberation, but of a new kind of dependency. So the next time you find yourself scrolling through that infinite, glowing menu on your phone, mesmerized by the choice, the convenience, the sheer magic of it all, take a moment to ask yourself a simple question. Who is this meal really feeding?